If I told you there's a South American country where you can receive $2,000 per family, dive into an unexplored jungle, and discover mysterious tribes still untouched by modern influences, would you believe me? Welcome to Travel Curiosities. Before we dive in, here are two key questions. Do hidden secrets of lesser-known countries fascinate you? Would you like to see what life is like in a place considered the Little Dubai of South America? If your answer is yes, then you've come to the right place. Subscribe now to Travel Curiosities and join us on an adventure that will open your eyes to a surprising reality. Guyana, a country overturning all expectations, marked by a petroleum boom and breathtaking biodiversity. 1. The secret of the $2,000. Guyana has catapulted into the global spotlight thanks to a truly incredible economic policy. More than 200 taxes abolished and a universal basic income project of $2,000 per family. This idea emerged after the discovery of huge oil reserves, transforming what was once one of the poorest economies in South America into a potential regional superpower. Imagine what it means for citizens to receive such substantial support. A better quality of life, more opportunities for growth, and a tangible hope for reducing inequalities. However, all that glitters is not gold. Some worry about the potential for inflation or wealth ending up in the hands of a few. Which will prove true? 2. Forests and record-breaking biodiversity. Beyond its black gold, Guyana boasts an invaluable green treasure. Pristine rainforests that cover over 85% of its territory. It is estimated that 30% of its plant and animal species have yet to be discovered. Between massive rivers like the Essequibo, pink river dolphins, majestic jaguars, and vibrantly colored birds, the biodiversity here is truly astounding. It's not just raw wilderness. These forests are an open-air laboratory where every exploration can lead to new discoveries. 3. The Kaieteur Falls, a wonder of the world. In the heart of this uncharted jungle lie the Kaieteur Falls, 5 times higher than Niagara Falls. It's one of the most powerful natural spectacles on Earth, where water crashes down in a thunderous 200-meter drop, surrounded by a national park that safeguards very rare endemic species. Here you can experience the rainbow shower, a phenomenon that creates playful displays of light and color whenever sunlight hits the mist generated by the waterfall. It's a paradise for anyone seeking adventure, breathtaking photos, and a primeval connection with nature's raw power. 4. The uncontacted indigenous tribes. If you think Guyana is all about jungles and oil, think again. Its lands host indigenous tribes such as the Arawak, the Caribs, or Kalinago, the Wai-Wai, and other communities living in communion with nature. Some of these populations are so far removed from external influence that they are considered uncontacted, true guardians of ancient cultures. Their traditions, rituals, and worldview represent a unique heritage, a bridge between humanity's past and the challenges of the present. Carib legends, for instance, speak of ritual cannibalism, but we must remember that much of what we know comes from European accounts that were sometimes exaggerated. If you could spend a week with one of these indigenous communities, which cultural aspect would you most like to discover first? Share your thoughts below in the comments. Subscribe now to Travel Curiosities, leave a like, and activate notifications so you don't miss our next adventures. Your answer is crucial for us to understand which wonder we should explore next. 5. From black gold to the Little Dubai dream. The oil boom has not just reshaped the local economy, it has opened new international horizons. Some are already calling Guyana the Little Dubai, or the Qatar of South America. Foreign oil companies are vying to invest, and the government aims to turn this windfall into infrastructure, education, and social services. But there is a big question mark. How can they preserve cultural identity and protect the environment while racing into modernity? This is a challenge that, if approached wisely, could transform Guyana into a model of sustainable development. 6. Mount Roraima and the mysterious Tepuis. Arthur Conan Doyle took inspiration from these very mountain formations to write his famous novel, The Lost World. Mount Roraima and the surrounding Tepuis tower, like stone cathedrals above the forest, places so remote they seem beyond time. Exploring these tabletop mountains is an otherworldly experience. Endemic carnivorous plants, mysterious caves, and jaw-dropping vistas that have always fueled legends about unknown lands and prehistoric creatures surviving extinction. 7. Beaches in the Atlantic coast. Guyana is not just jungle. Another gem is its long Atlantic coast, where unspoiled beaches such as Shell Beach offer dreamlike scenery and provide nesting grounds for marine turtles that come ashore on sands largely untouched by mass tourism. Though not strictly Caribbean in nature, these beaches captivate those seeking peace and untamed beauty. Picture strolling along the shore, lulled by the sound of the waves and the ocean breeze, an environment still largely unexplored and waiting to be discovered. 8. A multi-ethnic cultural richness. English is the official language, a legacy of British rule. Yet in Guyana you'll hear indigenous dialects, Creole languages, and tongues of Indian origin. Indeed, over 40% of the population descends from Indian immigrants who brought the Hindu culture, celebrating festivals such as Diwali, with colorful rituals and traditional dances. This melting pot makes Guyana a crossroads of peoples and traditions, African, European, Asian, and indigenous. Each flavor, festival, and custom tells of millennia of encounters and exchanges. 9. How to get there and how much it costs. Even though Guyana might seem like a far-off dream, getting there is easier than you'd think. The Chedijagan International Airport, about 40 kilometers from Georgetown, is the official gateway to this world of wonders. Direct flights or short stopovers depart from North America and the Caribbean, while Europe offers routes that combine various airlines, making your arrival an exciting part of the journey. Once you've landed, Georgetown offers a glimpse of Guyanese spirit, though the most intense emotions await in the forests, rivers, and remote regions. Visa requirements are often favorable. Many visitors don't need one for short stays, as long as they have a passport valid for at least 6 months and a return ticket, making departure simpler than it might seem. On the cost side, Guyana remains an affordable destination. 3-star accommodations range from modest prices to slightly higher rates in the more touristy areas. Sitting in a Georgetown cafe, ordering a coffee for $1, or savoring a local meal for just a few dollars might feel like stepping back in time, but it's only the beginning. Moving around by shared taxis, minibuses, and the occasional domestic flight lets you explore without weighing too heavily on your wallet, while a dash of planning and an adventurous spirit open the door to an experience that, in the end, is priceless. If your curiosity has already brought you this far, imagine venturing onto deserted beaches, taking boat trips through inland rivers, or trekking in untouched jungles. Guyana rewards those who dare to look beyond the obvious, continually revealing surprises at every turn. 10. Balancing black gold and a green treasure. The discovery of massive oil deposits has turned this wild land into a crossroads for investors and energy companies. On one hand, the economic prospects are enormous. Millions of barrels extracted and international capital injections could revitalize the whole country, improving infrastructure, schools, hospitals, and essential services. On the other hand, you have the rainforests, home to undiscovered biodiversity and indigenous communities who've always lived in harmony with nature. These two worlds, if they fail to communicate, risk colliding. The challenge is to reconcile the reality of black gold with the protection of an immense green treasure. Natural resources so delicate, yet so vital for the entire planet. Government development plans aimed at redistributing wealth through measures like the $2,000 per family are commendable, but there's a question mark as to whether the future will be shaped without sacrificing cultural and environmental wonders to the altar of profit. The hope is for Guyana to become a shining example of sustainable development, avoiding the trap of overdependence on oil that could, over time, erode the very foundations of its identity. During this pivotal moment, the voices of indigenous tribes, true guardians of ancient wisdom, may guide policymakers toward a more harmonious model of growth, one in which lush jungles and economic needs need not be mutually exclusive. Guyana's future hangs in this delicate balance, an unprecedented opportunity to emerge as a beacon of sustainability and social justice, but also a concrete risk of permanently losing a natural and cultural heritage that can never be recreated. In conclusion, a country brimming with contrasts, from the excitement of the oil boom to the mystery of tribes living as if time stood still. A microcosm where lush nature, indigenous cultures, breathtaking landscapes, and revolutionary economic policies intertwine in a unique tapestry. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe now to the Travel Curiosities channel, leave a like, and activate notifications so you'll always stay up to date with our adventures around the world. If you were offered those $2,000 a year to move to Guyana, would you change your life and go for it? Write your most sincere answer below in the comments. We're really curious to know what you would do. Safe travels, and see you in the next episode.